Normal people become terrified of criminals.
Shots were just fired. Police just came out and told us, and we're headed there right now.
They become terrified of their own government.
This from SCNR.com. Black Lives Matter leader who endorsed Trump tells Fox News the Democratic Party is not for us. Will we get, let me just, we'll throw it back. We'll go back in time. The meme war was so much fun.
It was.
Just all the memes were hilarious.
Excuse me. Will be fun because Elon has just declared a new one.
It's ongoing.
And that's my point. This is what I bring up.
Yeah.
With a Black Lives Matter leader saying, you know what, the Democratic Party is not for us. Trump is winning. I should say he's improving among younger voters, among Black and Latino voters. Joe Biden's just in a horrible position. And I have no idea how they could reasonably swap out Joe Biden at this point. Are we going to have a resurgence of 2016? Is it going to be the great meme war, the jokes, the Trump debate style?
I think that would be great because that really got people excited. It got people excited and thought that everyone was on the same team, Mm-hmm. And I wasn't part of it at all, but it did look fun at the time.
From the outside?
It did look fun from the outside. And you could kind of get the sense that something was coming and you weren't expecting it.
I don't know
and
anything
then
about
boom,
magic.
There
I don't
you
know
were.
anything about the meme war. I never had conversations with Ricky Vaughn or Conrad Stump or any of those
you weren't
guys.
involved at
I was
all.
definitely
Jack's
not,
a general.
not in any way involved in memery.
Jack's a serious pillow salesman.
I am but a humble pillow merchant. And Claire, I just want to make sure that I've been looking at your screen throughout the evening. And
Creep?
I don't know what Creed. Did you say Creed?
Hunter
Is that
Biden
Creed?
Chinese payment?
Yeah, and it just doesn't seem to be the mypillow.com website.
You must not be a very good salesman.
I'm so concerned
if I
of
haven't
all the
bought one
sales.
by now.
I'm so concerned
Known you
about
for
all the
these
sales that
years.
you might be missing when your order. You have to get it delivered in time for the. I just don't know why you're not doing this.
Christmas.
Only we had a good pillow merchant in the room to convince me to buy something.
But isn't it actually really wild how hard they went after a guy who sells pillows? It's like, is this your biggest threat, dude?
But his reaction to them calling his pillows lumpy was
that was
the best
amazing.
I mean,
he's like, how dare you? Don't call my pillows lumpy.
That's when they attacked his integrity of his product, which I honestly respect,
I do too.
everyone in the world respected that. Because I even saw people in like Silicon Valley retweeting that, saying like, never attack a founder's business.
Right,
Like,
right.
Never do this.
In your lumpy pillow.
Like, you're lumpy, you're an asshole. Like, and just lights up, just lights the guy up, just goes, and especially because he's known as like, and I talked to Mike, right? Like he's legitimately one of the nicest guys. He's an extremely devout Christian. I mean, he will straight up, like, if you need so I've heard him say, he said this publicly, so I'll just say it. He'll straight up say, like, if you get stuck somewhere or if you want to come to an event, he will send a private jet for you.
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
anywhere. If you truly need it and you're trying to get somewhere and you're in a bind. Like, I've heard him do that for people so many times. And even people that aren't in politics, that's just someone he knows that is trouble. He's like, oh, send the jet. Don't worry about it. Everything will be fine. And he'll just do that. And then just I don't know how he just takes up the price.
We need to make sure the younger generation that wasn't, I mean, look, it's going to be 2024. So it's nearly 10 years since the 2016 race. It'll be 8. And there's going to be a lot of, early 20s Gen Z people who are not old enough to have seen the meme magic. And
beautiful times.
But really, I'm not making a joke. Real quick. People need to understand this. Meme magic was a reference to the very strange occurrences that happened online where memes. So on 4chan, for instance, when you make a post, you get an ID number and weird things would happen with numbers lining up in certain ways. It's just wild, the serendipity and the coincidence around people posting memes and how weird things start to coincide with the posts.
Well, and not just the post, but the way that it actually affected and influenced reality. And so had an influence on the real world. Hillary's health, I think, probably was one of the biggest ones of these. We started hashtag Hillary's health, and we kept saying there's something wrong with her. There's something wrong. And at the time, she was like,
was that before the 9/11 incident thing, or like?
Just getting into that. So, do you want to hear the story or not, Serge?
Hey, I mean, I was there.
I want to hear the James O'Keefe story.
Brother. Yeah, maybe in the third hour. Boom. or maybe at AmFest, also promo code POSO, which I hear Tim will.
Yes,
said that publicly yet?
I believe we're confirmed for AmFest.
Yeah.
Do you have any guests for AmFest, Tim?
I don't know if we're allowed to say it. Are we?
I got a text that said to go ahead and say it. So
okay, yeah, Tucker Carlson.
So Timcast, Tucker Carlson
Live
will
on
be
stage.
live on stage.
Yeah.
Amfest.com. Get your tickets now. Do not come crying to me when the thing is sold out, which happens every single year. One of these things, people go, "Oh, Poso, can you get me in? Get me a couple tickets, a couple of comps, man. Like, I know you got the hookup. I know you know Charlie. Like, I ain't doing it. Like, I'm just
I think
straight up
Charlie
not
too.
doing it." So yeah, Charlie. I know Charlie's going to be on. This is the on stage. So you're bringing the show out, right?
The show is going to be on stage at Amfest, and our guests, I believe, are Tucker Carlson and Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
It's going to be awesome.
That's going to be
So
great.
that's you're doing it. Patrick Bet David. I know Tucker's going to be broadcasting from there. Bannon's War Room. I'm going to be doing my show. Charlie's doing his show. Patrick Bet David is going to be also live streaming from there. He's not just appearing. He's also going to be doing live. So like you're going to get the Valuetainment. Like,
dude, those guys are awesome. I love DVD.
It's just everybody. I think it's literally just everyone's. Glenn
The
Beck.
post-millennial will be there. We're going to have a booth.
Post-millennial's got a
Yeah,
booth.
we're gonna have a bunch of people
so
out.
Imagine not going to Amfest.
It's not easy to do. Like to get doing a show on stage like this requires a lot.
I remember last year. It was wild.
Yeah,
it was definitely wild.
And so we have to, as soon as the show wraps, we're on a jet right back because we got to do the show Tuesday. I got to do the morning show too. But when we were talking and we said we want to do a big show, they hit
Well, if
us
you get
up.
in trouble, I know a guy.
He's got a jet.
You have to buy a lot
Yeah.
of pillows, I heard.
The whole
But
jet is covered in pillows,
Amfest,
by the way.
they're taking care of us. They're helping take care of everything. It's fantastic, and so I'm really excited for this. They were like, let's get Tucker on stage.
Should be cool.
It's gonna be
Because I feel
awesome.
like Tucker coming on the show is a long time coming. I feel like a lot of people have wanted to see the mashup.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
they
doing
used
a
to be
lot
at
of
the
stuff
exact
now.
same time.
Right.
So you couldn't, there was no way to make that work.
Yeah.
We were as
Tim
soon as,
couldn't go on Tucker. Tucker couldn't go on Tim.
but after he left Fox, we actually I don't know. I think our people reached out, and it was a like, oh yeah, for sure, we'll figure it out, and then we just never did. It's the same thing that happens with Trump. We get like we had Laura Trump on the show, and she's like, yeah, of course, let's make it happen. I'm like, cool, and then we just never do it. And so I'm like, I don't know. I kind of feel like if/when we have Trump on, it shouldn't just be us pursuing it for the sake of pursuing it. It should be like at a time where it really matters.
Speaking of which, so I did actually discuss this with, speaking of Amfest, I did discuss this with Charlie earlier. And, we were kind of going through, because I knew there were some names that haven't come out yet. So on Trump, no news yet. No news, yes or no. Leaning towards, come on. Right?
He really ought to come.
I would say it's probably likely.
He gets a hero's welcome.
But no news. Vivek is confirmed. Chris Christie, just total no response.
He just didn't say anything.
No response. And again, like Turning Point reached out to every single Turning Point Action. I should
But
say,
Chris Christie just the other day on the news was saying how his campaign was really picking up steam.
No, it was picking up cream. Actually, it was picking up
was that what it was?
That was the
From,
he was at Krispy
yeah,
Kreme. Yeah,
I
that was
got
picking
you.
up cream.
That makes more sense.
So now you must have heard of this, or maybe he misspoke. So Nikki Haley, probably not. Ron DeSantis, Governor Ron DeSantis. Again, because the offer went out everywhere. So this
DeSantis is coming now.
It's the opposite. So there was a conversation that was being held. The conversation is now over. From what Charlie told me, just prior to the show to now, Ron DeSantis will not be attending Amfest. That
he found out I was coming.
That's
after I
his second Turning Point snub.
After I just described every single entity, organization, group, all the hottest podcasts in the entire country are going to be there. But
their heights are publicly known. So it's
many
harder.
of which, one of which he was just on, many of which are from Florida. He has decided to decline to come to Turning Point yet again.
I think that's crazy too.
Which is the largest conservative grassroots event in the entire country.
He basically says
he's running
that
for president.
Yeah, and he doesn't like
and he's
the
going
base.
to debate a governor tomorrow, right?
Yeah. And he doesn't
For
care
some
about the
strange reason.
He just it's like he keeps saying that he just doesn't care about the base conservatives in this country. He doesn't want their vote. He goes on all of the other networks.
Yeah.
He snubs Turning Point. Like, it's really crazy how he does that and thinks that does he actually think people are going to come around?
Well, so
and be like, oh, you won't show up. You won't talk to anybody. And
they keep saying that. And it's very strange to me. It's perplexing because I've been at Turning Point events in the past where Ron DeSantis spoke, and this is prior to him announcing that he was running against Trump, but where he was given a standing ovation by the crowd. They loved him.
Yeah.
And I don't think it would be an unfriendly hostile event in any way. That being said, it's a primary, bro. You've got to go into these things, but the perception of it is just so bad.
If
you
Ron,
look weak, you look terrified.
If he showed up, the response from the Trump supporters would be to shake his hand and say, I respect everything you're doing in Florida. I hope you understand why we're supporting Trump, but I think you're doing a good job. They wouldn't attack him. And that's his opportunity to make a case. You know what I think? I don't think he has an argument. Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.